And then the other question that is on your Ask the Experts this week is about fish oil supplements. What are they, and why would we want to ask about them?
Well, it's at this point that I will have to say, God bless Catherine Ziegler, my nutritionist, and my other experts, because fortunately, as these are the Ask the Experts questions, this is something that she handled for us, because this was just not my area of expertise. But the short answer is that there's something in fish oils called omega-3. And in the modern American diet, these omega-3s are vastly depleted, and we don't get nearly enough of them that our bodies require. And so fish oil supplements take care of that. There are other ways to take care of it other than fish oil supplements. To me, fish oil supplement never sounded like such an appealing thing to go eating. But there are other options too that people can read about.
So how have your friends and family responded to your website and other people that who you've spoken to and connected with?
To be honest, I've been really touched by the reaction from friends and family. As I mentioned, it's in large part my family that put me on this journey towards figuring out what else there was other than body loathing and continual dieting. And I'm so grateful that some of them have begun to participate and leave comments and engage in the tips, and really started to internalize the importance of good nutrition and exercise for their own sake. And one of my largest concerns was that people that I love would quite literally drop dead of a heart attack, not because they were fat, but because they were yo-yo dieting, like we discussed before, that they were dieting, they were losing weight and regaining weight and losing weight and regaining weight. And it's that process that actually puts so much stress on our organs and on our heart. It strips muscle from our heart, and it's so detrimental to our health, the yo-yoing, not the weight itself. And so I was just scared for them that something bad was going to happen one day. And so I'm very happy to report that some of them have stopped dieting, they've stopped this yo-yo dieting, and they've begun to just exercise and eat well for the sake of exercising and eating well and feeling good. So yeah, the reaction has been really great.
Right. And you have some news coming up about something that's happening in Washington, D.C.
Oh, yes.
Would you like to share that with us?
I would be delighted. It's the National Association for the Advancement of Fat Acceptance, which is more simply known as NAFA. They're having their 40th anniversary convention in Washington, D.C. And this is a group of people who, like I said, have been active for 40 years working to end discrimination against fat people. And I'm sure you've heard of studies that show that in the workplace, for instance, women who do the same jobs as men earn less than men. Is that something you're familiar with?
Yes.
And similar studies have been done that actually show that fat people earn less in the workplace than their thin counterparts, and that they get promoted less often due to reasons like discrimination, believing that if somebody is fat, then they don't have control and therefore shouldn't be in a higher position of authority. And you and I both know that that it's nonsense that people would think that way, but because it's the case and because there is so much discrimination against fat people, this organization works hard to work with legislatures, both local, state, and this convention, national. The final day of the convention will be Monday, and it's a trip to Capitol Hill to talk with legislatures about anti-discrimination legislation.
Wow. Well, is there anything that our listeners or we might want to do that we can do from our own homes to support this?
Well, absolutely. You can go to the NAFA website, which is naafa.org, I believe. Though if you type in NAFA to a Google search, then you will certainly get it as well if I misspoke there. And you can go on and see what NAFA is doing in your neck of the woods. You can learn about whether or not there's some kind of legislation going through. Recently, there was something going through the state senate in Nevada, and so NAFA asked people if they could just write a letter saying, please make sure that this anti-discrimination legislation goes through. So those kinds of things are incredibly helpful and important.